So I always see these top 5 baits videos, my top bait for June, top bait for July, and guys, those are great. I've done it myself, but I'm about to give you a video of where I'm going to share with you my 4 or 5 kind of techniques that has worked for me in the summer up to this point. So maybe this can help you for the next couple weeks in July going into August. So guys, this is actually going to be my results for the summer so far, going over these techniques. And guys, and we're going to go to areas, depths, some trees, and just, you know, different gear with it. And each summer's different. And for example, like guys, and if you watch the channel, you know I love throwing a deep diving crankbait. And for me, I've only had 1 or 2 good trips with a crankbait this year. And some other things have came out to play. And the first one that we're going to talk about, which has had probably one of my best summers for me. Typically, this is a lure to where I only have 1 or 2, 3 good trips with, and when they happen, it happens. But this has happened the whole summer. Definitely the last month is a hair jig, guys. So the hair jig is the first one. Not just the hair jig, but another technique similar to the hair jig. This is the true bass shuttlecock hair jig, but another technique similar to the hair jig is the core tackle tush with the Hog Farmer spunk shad. This one I know y'all have seen Johnny do a lot. Other people have tried, but Johnny, man, is probably the best with this. But you kind of fish them at both similar spots and similar situations. I wish I had more footage of me with this one. But guys, I lost all my data, and I'm trying to get that recovered right now. I put all my 2024 fishing data on a hard drive, brand new hard drive. 12 days later, it crashed. So I've lost all my data for the 2024 year to like a week ago. Now, any other footage you've been seeing is the footage I did not put on that hard drive, okay? So I had a couple good fish catches on this at Hamilton, and had a couple good little flurries with it on some trips, on my forward-facing sonar trips, and on the water lesson forward-facing electronic trips. And anyway, so I don't have any footage of that right now. But the hair jig, man, has came out. And you've seen me on the channel talk about it. I have footage of it. We've talked about the hair jig, and it's came alive. Like on this hair jig, guys, on areas, typically ledges, your flats. You can swim around brush piles as well. But I'd really like to throw around the ledges where there's flats, the ledges, flats, typically places that could be fished with crankbaits and worms and stuff. But this right here just is creating more of that reaction strike, and it has that interesting falling action. They don't fall as fast in the water as you think they do, and when they fall, that hair flutters out. Man, it's just pretty unique. I throw it on light line though, 12-pound test. I'm throwing it either on a 7.2 or 7.3 right now, medium heavy. Fast action NGX level series rods. I'm now with level performance fishing rods, guys. I have a link in the description. Check them out, guys. I've been with a lot of rods, and man, I'm impressed with these. I'm now officially with them. I was with a couple other companies, and I kind of went in the free agent mode. They reached out, man, dude, these are, like I said, I'm impressed with them, okay? So just sharing that with y'all. Okay, now lure number 2, which this one's came alive recently. Okay, alive recently. The last few weeks is a big worm. You hear about the big worm, guys, in the summer. Fish this around brush piles, fishing around some of those areas too. The shallow rocks. Rocks are there. Shallow ledges, the drops, timber as well, trees. We've been catching fish with trees at a wash shot. I don't have my drop shot rig. A drop shot kind of goes in this too. We've caught some fish on a drop shot. I'm bringing it Texas rig, guys, and with the Ozark rig as well. I've done both of them. When I'm fishing in them deeper trees, like 20 to 40 foot, I went back to the Texas rig. Them shallower trops of trees and brush piles, I'm sticking with the core tackle Ozark rig, okay? Guys, I'm throwing those on 7.2 medium heavy fast action rods as well. And sticking with the red colors, okay? Now, guys, number 3, which this one has been more slower lately. This one started off hot in the summer at the beginning, and it's been slower. I've still caught some fish on it here and there, just not like I was, and not as almost as last year. Just kind of not as and it can turn back around. I mean, I'm gonna say it can turn back around any minute. But it's a big Flutter Spoon, guys. I love the Flutter Spoon, and it's been a hot lure for me this summer. This is Dixie Jet Falcon in the shad pattern, and then the Talon in these shattered glass color. I like throwing this in clear water, but guys, I've been catching fish with this in stained water. One of my lakes down in South Arkansas, and I didn't put it in a video. My footage has disappeared, but I can tell you guys about it now. I was going to show some clips on my Facebook. One of my lakes in South Arkansas, they ate this really good. One of those stained lakes that has big fish in it. I'm throwing it on a 7.2 medium heavy moderate action right here, and I'm throwing it on this one, a 7.8 heavy cast, okay? 20-pound test, and a bit, and I just I had a spoon video recent come out, so if you want to watch more about the spoon, guys, you can go to that video. I'll make it on my end screen. But I fished that Flutter Spoon anywhere. Anywhere, guys. Like I said, I fish it anywhere. You used to hear about a ledge deal, this, that. No, I throw it anywhere. I don't care. I throw that thing. You name it, it gets thrown there. But mainly it is going to be where there are shallower to deep water, areas where there's shallower to deep water. Brush pile's going to be there, standing timber. Grass is the only thing right now. Underwater grass, I'm having a hard time fishing around because when it gets in that grass, it rips it up. And you think with a lipless crankbait and a big crankbait, that kind of creates that reaction strike too, you know. But this, I've not had it happen yet. Instead, with all them hooks, it brings up a bunch of grass, and I've not had the luck with it yet. But still testing out. Might be taking some of those hooks off when I'm throwing it around grass, just to see though. But it does catch big fish. Okay, it does catch big fish. Now, guys, the last bait. Okay, the last bait for the summer for me right now. Which, guys, I'll tell you the truth on. I threw it last summer and I just didn't have confidence in it. Couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it dialed in. But right now I'm dialed in with it. And if you've been on my on the water lesson trips, you've seen I've caught fish with it. Only a few trips I really haven't, but it's been, you know, it's been a big one. It's been one of the hottest topics of the year. It's a Jig Head Minnow, guys. Yep, the old Jig Head Minnow right here has been a hot lure for me this summer. And it's kind of one of my things this summer. I said I want to figure it out because last year I didn't. And I have, guys. So this right here is a Rapala Crush City freeloader. It's with a queen tackle jig head. This is a 1/4 ounce. I'm going a 1/4 or I'm going a 3/8 ounce. That's kind of my two weights right now. When it gets winter, you know, I'm going to go heavier. I'm throwing on a 7-1 medium light. I've thrown on the 610 light with level as well, but I'm throwing it 7-1 medium light. It's kind of what I really like it on. Okay. I'm doing a 12-pound leader, 8 or 10-pound braid. It's on there, okay? I like it a little heavier leader for a couple of reasons. The main reason was at degree this winter when I was getting around them hybrids, their teeth were breaking the line when I was throwing it all around them. But I then realized that heavier line was getting me still bites. And one thing I've learned too is something about the action of it. I've talked from guys that have thrown it all across the country, some of your pros. Matt Steffen even made a video about it, how some of the guys that are really good with it went back to a heavier line. Just kind of when you click that reel handle and start working it, it gives it a really good action. Now, I know if you're like, hey, Ben Milliken throws on 6-pound test. Yeah, he does, okay? But there are guys that still throw on a little heavier line. I just throw it around so much cover, I feel better with a heavier line. I do have it on my right side, okay? Before you make fun of me, I've talked about it in other videos. The shake, which is huge, the old shaking that minnow is huge. And I have it on my right side because I'm more comfortable with it, and I got that shake down with it, okay? So that's just me, me and my personal preference, but maybe it'll help you. I'm throwing that thing anywhere. I'm not just out in the middle chasing random fish that we never could eat, or I guess someone's eating them, never could catch before. Guys, I'm fishing that thing anywhere I typically would fish summer, okay, for my summer stuff. Typically lately on my forward-facing trips on the water offshore lessons, it's trees, standing timber trees that's going to be near main river ledges or main creek channels. They can be off points, off of flats. I'll fish them around brush piles too. I've got some big fish with them around brush piles. On that brush pile, I'm keeping that thing as close to the top of the pile as I can. Of course, guys, I'm using it with forward-facing sonar. You don't got to, though, okay? You can drop your marker buoy out there on that brush pile, throw it out, get the countdown, and still work it, okay? On some of these trips that I do on the water, some of the forward-facing units are sometimes messed up, or they're not fully way there. They're all so different. And some of the trips, I mean, we caught them just fine where we're not, like, watching every one of them eat it, okay? So that is something to it as well. So, guys, what is your hottest techniques? What's been your hottest baits of the summer? That is mine. And now, guys, we're going to get into the Faith Juice segment. And today's Faith Juice segment is going to be a little short. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for the comments and the appreciation I've gotten from every one of you guys on the Faith Juice segment. I'm just going to share with you guys. I don't have really scripture or anything planned out. I just kind of jumped up here and made this video real quick. But guys, just find your time to study the Word. Find your time, because that's something I know with me with 2 kids, it's been hard. I got to do it in the morning. If I do it early in the morning, then I'm kind of like messed up. I can do it at night too. When I was younger, I used to read the Word a lot at night and kind of do a lot of my studying there. But now with the 2 kids, man, it's like first thing in the morning. If I don't do it, and then kind of get all that going, my whole day is messed up. So find the time. Find the time. And I actually did a message at for a church group at a church camp a couple weeks ago. And here I am winging this now. I'm just talking, okay? But it was called, my theme was what's your plan? And what's your plan is what's your reading plan? Because I know it's us guys, and I know if you're a lady watching this, it's different. Or if you're a guy that's just more organized, it's different. But for me, it was always better when I had a reading plan. So what is your plan? And that was kind of my deal. It was like, what's your plan of action for studying the Word and reading and getting better as a person. So try to find that time. Figure out your plan to make you to be a better person. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and come back, and we'll see you on the next one.